The Sydney Sweeney ad, have you seen it?
Oh, yes, I have.
What are your thoughts?
Trying to calm myself, but that would, Sydney Sweeney has good really? Like, the eugenics in that, it's dripping with it, and I'm like, no.
When you saw it, what did you think of?
I mean, I thought, it was disgusting. I think it's just showing what kind of country we're turning into. Because it's white supremacy at the end of the day. That's what this ad is representing.
Well, I'm checking my computer right now, and the stock is now up. Sandra reported it before, being up 19%. It's up more than 22% now. So I'd say American Eagle is enjoying this whole utterly ridiculous controversy, and the fact that the president and President Trump is actually endorsing it. That certainly seems to be helping the stock as well.
So we got to bring you yet another update on the whole Sydney Sweeney American Eagle situation, because this is proving as yet another example of the left not knowing how to leave well enough alone. They just continue to dig themselves a deeper and deeper hole. But on top of that, I think this is something of a cultural moment. This is proof that times have changed. You are watching an awakening right now in society that the cancel culture mob does not actually have any power. They don't have remotely the influence or the fear that they might have brought in, say, 2019 and 2020, and both institutions and society at large are beginning to realize that they indeed do not have to be controlled by a fringe minority group of outcasts, of the craziest, most ill people in our society. And it truly is a glorious thing to watch, because on one hand, you have American Eagle, unlike they might have years ago, refusing to apologize, indeed doubling down, while a bunch of Democrats make a bunch of excuses for what is happening right now. And on top of that, there's even more outrage, because according to recent voter files, people have revealed that Sydney Sweeney may indeed be a registered Republican in the state of Florida, which has caused Trump to weigh in on the situation. And amidst all of it, business is booming ever since Trump got involved, ever since, the cancel culture got mad and all this stuff. American Eagle stock is way up. So we'll bring you the full rundown on what has happened since in today's video, folks. First, do us a favor. If you enjoy our content, make sure you hit that like button down below and subscribe to the channel if you are new. Subscribing, guys, is not only the best way to support our videos, but it also ensures that you can stay up to date with all of the latest news and coverage. And with that said, so look, we've, I think, from the beginning understood what the Sydney Sweeney controversy was all about. This really boils down to, in 2025, these, again, fringe minority radicals in our society apparently think it should be illegal to be an attractive white person. A lot of that is a projection, frankly, by an age-old story of certain jealousy, right? And they're masking it in the guise of politics, but that's not really what's happening. And I think people understand it by now. But I first of all want to point out a pretty hilarious new round of cope, because you see a bunch of Democrats now claiming that the left never got mad about Sydney Sweeney and this was an invented hoax by Republicans. Now, keep in mind, all of the MAGA Republicans have simply been responding to idiotic things that left-wing people have been saying. But nonetheless, I mean, look at some of these excuses. You see Harry Sisson, for instance, saying Republicans made up a fake story of Democrats being angry at Sydney Sweeney just to distract people from the Epstein files. Yeah, I'm sure that's what it's all about. MAGAs are the only people talking about Sydney Sweeney. Nobody was trying to cancel Sydney Sweeney, and no one cares if she's a Republican or not. No one is serious that on the left cares about Sydney Sweeney. You basically see the story, and it's like, okay, first of all, no, that's not the case. You guys indeed were mad at Sydney Sweeney, hence why we're reacting to your stupidity. Now you're trying to do revisionist history after you failed, by the way, because keep in mind, I want to point this out. If the American Eagle boycott was actually successful, if their business tanked and all that, do you think Harry Sisson and all these characters would be saying this, or would they be saying, ha, that's what you get for supporting MAGA? No, now that they're losing, now that they're realizing they have no power, they're claiming we were never mad to begin with. Okay, here's the receipts. Indeed, you were, and there's many more examples.
Should we be surprised that a company whose name is literally American Eagle is making fascist propaganda like this? Probably not, but it's still really shocking. Like, a blonde-haired, blue-eyed white woman is talking about her good genes. Like, that is Nazi propaganda.
If anyone from American Eagle who was involved in the creation of Sydney Sweeney's most recent advertisement booked into my Pilates class, I I would give them the hardest exercise class that I was capable of doing on the lightest possible spring load with 0 breath cues. And I would make it the toughest exercise class that they'd ever experienced in their lives.
So you're going to own the right-wing MAGA Republicans by making them more fit and in better shape than the left-wingers? Okay, you know. I think when you watch videos like this, my little theory about the jealousy angle really being what's driving this and the politics and woke culture and racism, all that stuff, it's kind of just an excuse. It's a cover. We know what's really happening here, right? I mean, just look at this. But that said, it's worth noting furthermore that, again, they're claiming this is not happening. You even have people trying to harass Sydney Sweeney in real life claiming she's a Nazi Republican and all this. So, again, it's not nothing happening, for sure.
Stop the ad that is being racist. Stop the ad that is being racist.
Now, you have to love how she or nobody else just cares at all, because these people are just annoying and, everyone's kind of tired of them as a society, frankly. I think that's what you're watching. We have woke fatigue, okay? We're just tired of, a person like this is going to tell you about, what's everything is fascist and misogynist and let's tone police everyone. We're just done with it. People don't freaking care. And it's worth noting as well, okay, that it's not even just a few random TikToks that started this whole story. It was the fact that you had op-eds in MSNBC. Hey, Harry Sisson, is this a MAGA plant? Did MAGA plant someone at MSNBC to talk about this, or ABC News, which we covered in the last video? No, because you had this piece out of MSNBC saying, Sydney Sweeney's ad shows an unbridled cultural shift towards whiteness. Advertisements are mirrors of society, and sometimes what they reflect is ugly and startling. So again, guys, this outrage was indeed real. People were really doing this. You're just trying to rewrite history because you lost this battle. Because number one, the cancel mob was obviously unsuccessful. After American Eagle put out a statement doubling down, saying, screw you guys, right? This is the statement here. It says, Sydney Sweeney has great genes, is and always was about the genes, her story. We'll continue to celebrate how everyone wears their American Eagle jeans with confidence their way. Great genes look great on everyone. Yeah, gee, you don't say. So with all of that in mind, these stories getting even funnier because the cancel mob's trying to find some reason to come after Sydney Sweeney. And one thing they have now unveiled is that Sydney is indeed a registered Republican, allegedly. Who knows if this is even true, but this is according to, it could be another Sydney Sweeney in Florida, but it appears, right, is a registered Republican in the state of Florida. So now they're saying, oh, she's a Republican. See, guys, I told you. Again, the total cell phone here is that nobody cares. Right? Business is booming for American Eagle. Even you have Democrats trying to say it's not a story. We don't actually care suddenly. It's kind of funny. But with all of that in mind, apparently President Trump has now weighed in on the situation reaction to this whole ad and controversy, saying now that, if she's a registered Republican, then I support this. And it's pretty funny. So take a listen.
Actress Sydney Sweeney came out this weekend that she was a registered Republican. Any thoughts on that?
That who was?
Sydney Sweeney. She's a very hot actress right now.
She's a registered Republican?
Yes.
Oh, now I love her ad. Is that right? Is Sydney Sweeney? You'd be surprised at how many people are Republicans. That's what I wouldn't have known, but I'm glad you told me that. If Sydney Sweeney is a registered Republican, I think her ad is fantastic. Okay, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I don't even think Trump knows who Sydney Sweeney is, but he's unintentionally bringing a lot of business to American Eagle. In response, though, today he put out a new statement on this, apparently probably after being briefed by his advisors on who Sydney Sweeney even is, stating here that Sydney Sweeney, a registered Republican, has the hottest ad out there. It's for American Eagle, and the jeans are flying off the shelves. Go get him, Sweeney. On the other side of the ledger, Jaguar, who did a stupid and seriously woke advertisement that is a total disaster. The CEO just resigned in disgrace, and the company is in absolute turmoil. By the way, that is a fantastic point. Okay, go woke, go broke. It's a real thing. Jaguar, one of the most respected car brands in the world, luxury, all that, of course, tried to rebrand to this stupid modernist thing, and they're only going to sell electric vehicles, which I have tried to reiterate time and time again. There is not a lot of market demand for. By the way, I want to say on the flip side, an underrated story no one's been talking about, Donald Trump actually brought back the Challenger SRT out of Dodge because of the elimination of fuel efficiency requirements. So just want to point that out. Again, EVs not doing well. People don't want this type of stuff, right? It's just true. Anyways, who wants to buy a Jaguar after that disgraceful ad? Shouldn't they have learned a lesson from Bud Light, which went woke and essentially destroyed in a short campaign the company? Yes, indeed, true. The market cap destruction has been unprecedented, with billions of dollars so foolishly lost. Or look at woke singer Taylor Swift. Ever since I altered what the world, alerted the world as to what she was saying on Truth, that I can't stand her, she was booed at the Super Bowl and no longer became hot. The tide has seriously turned. Being woke is for losers. Being Republican is what you want to be. Thank you for your attention to this matter. But I'd also like to further say, I'm not even sure it's necessarily, or it is a political thing, but it shouldn't be. Because, look, guys, it's basic common sense. Why put Sydney Sweeney in an American Eagle ad, who objectively does have good genetics, by the way? She's attractive. She's a hot celebrity in the sense that she's currently like doing well. She's very popular. Yeah, that's common sense, right? That makes sense. That's hence why it's good marketing and why the left getting mad has actually done the opposite. On the flip side, okay, here's the problem with going woke. By the way, if your audience base is woke, then maybe it works. But guess what? When you're trying to have Dylan Mulvaney, the antithesis of masculinity, sell a beer that's primarily marketed at men, and most females are not even interested in drinking that to begin with, guess what happens? You're alienating your audience. Common sense here, you're going to go broke. Jaguar, a car that's respected in the car community, and it's not like your gimmick is being an EV like Tesla. You make everything EV and ugly. You alienate everyone who will like Jaguar. No one wants to buy a Jaguar. Like, it really is that simple, right? Because as it turns out, when going woke is not just about like going woke. It's literally just alienating the majority of society, because guess what? The majority of society are not these crazy activist lunatics. It's just simply bad business, okay? Now, it's not a very good indictment of the woke activists, because guess what? It also proves that despite all of their screeching, they are the minority in America. If they did not learn that in 2024, they can see it here now, right? And supposedly all of this outrage against the right wing and Trump is just not materializing. But nonetheless, there you have it. Now, even funnier news here, guys, because you look at, obviously, as Trump brings up, what happened to Jaguar, what happened to Bud Light. And in response here, though, right? If Democrats really believe now we're the majority in America, people have woken up, people are against Trump, all this stuff, they're against there's going to be a backlash in 2026, trust me on all of that. Well, the news is not looking good for them thus far, because just today, ever since President Trump put out that statement basically endorsing Sydney Sweeney here, guess what? Their stock is up over 23%. They're making money. Making money because the president endorsed them, not the opposite. And why is that? Because again, we are the majority. They are not. We're the ones with the real cultural power. They are not. There's a reason why companies that went woke genuinely saw financial harm, and the ones that are being normal, I don't think it's right wing at all. Just being normal, saying it's okay to be attractive and Caucasian. It's okay to have a famous celebrity do something, and it's okay for an ad not to be about some type of like DEI nonsense. That guess what? This is what happens. So with all of that said, guys, there you have it. Just a brief video I wanted to bring you today on why these losers are just so lacking in influencer power in our society. That said, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. Be sure to leave a like on this video, guys. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. And until next time, God bless and peace.